Nutritional status. It's no secret that healthy eating is fundamental for good health and overall well-being. Eating patterns and guidelines have changed over the years, and with new research comes new evidence-based recommendations that can serve to an advantage to many individuals. Lifestyle medicine promotes a diet of whole plant-based foods to prevent chronic diseases. Healthy eating habits include increasing intakes of fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, limiting animal-based products by eating more plant-based sources of protein, portion control, and cutting back unnecessary calories, including sugar, fats, and sodium. However, this is far from the typical North American diet. Data published from Nutrition and Lifestyle Medicine found that only 25 to 30% of North American adults consume recommended servings of vegetables and fruits. Typical Western diet, which is characterized by high intakes of red meat, processed foods, fat, refined grains, and sugar, are risk factors for many chronic diseases such as obesity, hypertension, and diabetes. Several trends emerged regarding eating habits and behaviors during the pandemic. It is reported that sense of hunger and satiety changed for the majority of the population. Some people have reported a decrease in appetite, but generally, people demonstrated an increased appetite, more common in young adults. The increased sense of hunger and consequent change in eating habits could justify the weight gain in some individuals. There was a disruption of routine, people were bored, that led to an increase of energy intake. Another trend observed is that others are at increased risk of developing dysfunctional eating behaviors as a response to the pandemic. It is well known that overeating or emotional eating is due to feeling low and experiencing negative emotions. People are more likely to seek for reward and psychological gratification associated with consumption, overriding signals of satiety and hunger. Overeating can be used as a means to escape monotony. On the other hand, negative experiences and stress that rise due to the pandemic may lead to food restriction, as body mimics internal sensations associated with feeding-induced satiety. Since people are stressed, many rely on comfort foods or cravings that are dense in simple carbohydrates. This may reduce the feeling of stress momentarily, as it encourages the production of serotonin, positively affecting mood. But these foods tend to be associated with increased risk of developing obesity, cardiovascular disease beyond a chronic state of inflammation, and has been shown to increase complication risks for COVID-19. This highlights that maintaining a correct nutritional status is crucial, especially in a period when the immune system might need to fight back. In the beginning of the pandemic, people were purchasing non-perishable foods that are mostly processed and high in sodium and preservatives. Now that Canadians have adapted and learned not to panic when it comes to availability of food, trends suggest that Canadians are going back to buying produce. In addition to that, it has been reported that people are eating out less. Studies indicated that 4 in 10 Canadian adults spend more time at home preparing meals. People had the desire and time to cook and try new recipes out. This is great news, as people are encouraged to know what goes in their food and how it is prepared. Since the pandemic is ongoing, trends change and further investigation of data needs to be conducted. On that note, be mindful of news circulating. Some reports on the internet have circulated that certain foods such as garlic can be used as remedy for COVID-19. Be aware of what is scientifically proven and be sensible when it comes to food selection and eating habits. Some tips include setting aside time throughout the day to eat regular meals, noticing when you're hungry and full, consider availability of food and emotional state. Eating meals with others is part of healthy eating, even if it's only limited to people you live with. If you are living alone, try a new recipe. Plan virtual meal times. This goes with the saying, you are what you eat, but I'd like to emphasize the fact that yes, nutrition plays a role in promoting health, but it's also what you store and burn that is highlighted in the next section, physical activity.